morning from the Redneck Garage. Well, today we're going to be working on odds and ends and things. I want to get the gas tank in so we can see if this thing's going to crank up. I got another fuel line to run. So I started on putting on the coil springs in the rear. If you remember, the back was sitting way on down. So we're putting the coil springs in the rear before we can get maybe some adjustments on the back and also put the rest of the track bar assembly on. All that junk. So that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to be trying to do. And I have some commentary on a few other things also. So let's take a look. Okay, so I was out working and I was looking for a place to go four-wheeling after we get the Jeep done. And after talking to my buddy Jerry, he had a couple of suggestions. And this was probably one of the best places, he said, to try out. It's kind of dangerous out here at the Cool Springs Galleria. There's a lot of things to worry about, and let me just real quickly show you. Because people don't maintain their vehicles, there's a lot of oil slick spots where you possibly could get stuck. Here in the parking lot, you can see right here that somebody isn't maintaining their vehicle, and that could really create a hazard. There's a great amount of construction traffic out here, which would raise the possibility for like a nail or a piece of metal or something to get into your tire, so quite hazardous. Clearly with this JK, you can see that it is from all this hard wheeling at the Galleria. You can see that it's clearly covered in a thick layer of dust on the doors and the fenders, and it will have to go to a car wash after their excursion here at the old Macy's. So you can see that it's pretty filthy out here, and you're gonna have to do some cleanup. I knew this day would come. I'm out here in the garage rooting around trying to find the rest of these little parts that I can't find to finish the lift kit and put on the front radiator grill and things, and I'm having a hard time finding those little rubber bumper stops, and so I'm going through boxes and stuff, and I'm not having much luck, so I'm going to keep looking. So I wanted to put on the stinking front grill, but as you can see, the rubber pieces that go underneath here are missing, so I had to order a couple extra ones, and I looked all over for that stinking thing. But as soon as we get those, we can start installing this, and then the condenser, evaporator, radiator, all that garbage on the front. And I'll be excited about that. But man, it's aggravating when you can't find one single part. Okay, you can tell a big difference between the spring and the other side, which is no spring, and it's going to be interesting to see. Get that other side on, and man, this thing's going to be pretty high up in the dang air with the 1-inch body lift and the 3 1/4 lift kit. It's going to be, let me get out here and look. This Jeep's going to be pretty high up in the air with the 1-inch body lift and the 3-inch lift kit. It's on up there, which is cool. So anyway, we're getting closer. I'm going to get that other spring on, then try to get the track bar tied down with the extension on it, shock absorbers, that kind of crap, and then I can do the gas tank. And then we'll be ready to put a battery in it and crank it over. So, awesome! Woo-wee! Awesome. So I'm glad the lift kit's going well. It really is pushing it up in the air, and it's starting to look super cool. Going to be putting on some fender flares, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I need to get the gas tank on so we can get this stupid thing started. Alright, I just wanted to give you a quick note of what I've been dealing with today, probably about 3.5, 4 hours, is these fine gentlemen from Comcast, the service technicians, and they were out at my house today trying to fix an issue that I've had for over a month. My internet's been down for a month. Now, I've got Uverse also in the office, so I've just been using that to do the YouTube stuff. However, Comcast, which I pay for 75 megabits a second, which it usually runs around 80 when it works, has been down. And I bought a modem from Amazon, and then they said, no, the modem's bad. They said, if you upgrade your service to like triple play where you get the phone service, then you know what, we'll give you a modem. So I go down there and do that, and it still doesn't work. They sent a technician out, and he puts all new ends on all the cables that are, you know, from the street to the house. Because I really have a short run in the house itself. It couldn't be that. Still doesn't work. They sent a guy out today, and he's here for 3.5 hours, and he goes, well, I guess I need to replace your motor. And I said, I got one a couple weeks ago, and he said, well, I think it's bad. They just give used crap equipment out back to you. So I go down, and he goes, you need to get this one. This is our newest modem. So I go down and get one. It looked like this thing been drugged behind a truck. They handed it to me. It's in plastic, and here's a picture of the front of it. It's all jacked up. Go right here. It took me an hour to get this thing working on the phone with some guy from Cuba or somewhere. I don't know. And let me tell you, Comcast is the absolute worst company I think I've ever dealt with as far as customer service, and they ought to be sued. Somebody out there that's a lawyer, that's a subscriber, when you see this on the back of their truck, you need to go ahead and file a class action lawsuit so we can sue them and get some money out of these worthless, no good, scumbag, no service, junk, garbage company that only is in business to take your money and don't really care about service. So there's my rant for the day. Comcast, you suck. Comcast sucks. I'm almost tempted to just get rid of it and just keep the AT&T, but you know what? They're not much better. So anyway, on to the Jeep. Still doing more work. Let's go do that now, so I don't get my blood pressure up. All right, here's old Blue in the daylight with one spring on it, and it really did bring it up quite a bit. I got to do the other side and then start finishing up, moving some shackles around, that kind of garbage. But man, that looks awesome. It's way up there. When I get done with that, next thing is the gas tank. All right, well, the sun's starting to go down, so that's about it for me today. I don't feel like dragging the lights out. I got the other spring on, so it's sitting on springs in the rear. I can tell that the track bar needs to be adjusted over. I've got a bracket that I've got to put on. But with the springs on and a couple other adjustments on the back, it's going to allow me to start putting the gas tank in. And what does that mean? That means we can start the stinking thing. So, awesome. Get it cranked up. Got to go get a battery. Got to decide if I'm going to buy an Optima battery and have it shipped in, or if I'm just going to go get an AutoZone battery. Maybe Optima, probably. And I'm just waiting on some little piddly stuff to get going on the rest of it, like putting the grill in and minor junk like that. So, we're moving on. It's going to be getting lighter later, I hope. And I'm going to go in and have a beer. I'm Dave from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.